What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron. We are here, gathered today, to do an Underdog fantasy draft. This is our third stream in a row. If you guys don't know, we're not messing around this summer when it comes to streaming. I said I'd be here at 12:30 or noon or 12 Eastern, whatever. I scheduled it for 12:30 p.m. We're here at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We're in here. For anybody that's new, or anybody that's just like unfamiliar with what we're doing in terms of streaming this summer, the goal is to stream every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, every Saturday at 12:30 Eastern, somewhere in that time range. We're probably going to lock it in, dial it in by the time like August rolls around, but I just want to get better about being transparent with you guys when I'm streaming. So it's not just, in the past, it would just spontaneously, I would come on here and I would fire up a stream. But again, Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, that would be the draft with me, and then Jakob Sanderson for the second draft, 6 p.m. Eastern on Fridays, 12 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays. So, with all that being said, what we are gathered here for today is an Underdog fantasy draft. If you're new here, if you're new to Underdog, make sure you check it out. I have the link in the live chat, the description, the comment section down below. You click it, it takes you to Underdog Fantasy. It uses my promo code RON, which gives you a deposit match up to $100, and you can hop in, draft on these Underdog streets with us, have some fun. We're drafting best ball teams all summer long, and they're perfect because you don't have to make trades, you don't have to make waiver wire claims, anything like that. I am now about 300 drafts deep this offseason, and when week one rolls around, I don't got to worry about a goddamn thing. So, how is everybody in here? How are we doing? How is everybody feeling on this fine Saturday morning? We got Peonio13 asked me what my favorite character from the Jersey Shore is. Gotta be Vinny and Pauly D, one or the other. Probably Pauly D, if I'm being honest with you. How is everybody doing? Just want to make sure the stream is all good. Everything looks good. Stream looks good. Yesterday we had like a thunderstorm and it cut out the stream. Basement, we got Love Stars in here. What's going on, my boy? We got Angel, Eckler, or Tyreek at 105. Give me Tyreek. We got Julian in here. What's going on, my boy? No Winnie. Yeah, Winnie's upstairs with my mom right now, just hanging out. We got Steven in here. What's going on, my boy? Ron, do you have a favorite Best Ball Mania team you've drafted so far? Not really. Do you prefer Andrews at his ADP or Pitts at his ADP? Probably Andrews. We got Nolan in here. How is everybody? Everybody's doing well? All right, let's hop in a puppy. So if anybody wants to get into one of these, again, if you're new, use promo code RON, hop on Underdog, sign up. Yeah, like the stream, like Nolan is saying. Like the stream. It helps the boy out a ton. Let's get this thing cooking today. Let's get this stream cooking today. Everybody, drop your questions. Follow along. If you want to hop in a draft with me, you're going to have to be quick on that trigger right here. We're going to hop in a fast puppy right here. For anybody that's like new, like really new to Underdog, you go to drafts, lobby, you can go to NFL if you'd like to, and then boom, we're going to hop in a fast puppy here. In 3, 2, 1, boom. I hope that some of you guys get in. Oh, I mean, we got four spots for the taking, so I think some of you guys should be in here. Yeah, like the stream. Would you take Lockett over Gabe Davis, or are they the same player? I would probably take Lockett, but they're similar players. They're very similar players. Oh, the 10 spot, dude. Like, you must be kidding. The 10 spot. But yeah, I would still take Lockett. Just I think he's the better player, and they're both similar archetypes of like high ADOT, low target share type guys. So yeah, give me Gabe Davis. He's attached to a better quarterback, less competition. It's not all that far apart though, if that makes sense. You're often Kelsey Andrews away for tight end. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I feel. That's how I feel too. But I do see I do take a lot of Kyle Pitts as well. Thoughts on Calvin Ridley? Becoming a big fade, man. Or not a big fade. I mean a big favorite is what I meant to say. I don't know why that came out so weird, but why is this not starting? Okay, it starts in 7 seconds. What was I saying? I like Calvin Ridley. I'm coming around on Calvin Ridley. Last time I seen him play, he wasn't like super efficient, but he was commanding a ton of volume. I think he does the same thing in Jacksonville. I mean, like, after the elite wide receivers, like, to me, like, I've been saying this, but I don't see a huge difference in projection between Calvin Ridley and, like, your round 2 wide receivers of, like, Waddle, Devonta Smith, T. Higgins. So I've been taking a good chunk of Calvin Ridley. I like him. I want to bet on Trevor Lawrence. I think there's a chance that Trevor Lawrence takes one more step this year. Like, last year he took a step, but he only had, like, 25 passing touchdowns. Because he's not, like, super, super mobile, we're going to need him to be in that 30-plus area. And I think I like betting on him to make that jump, you know, just as pretty much, you know, one of the greatest prospects of all time. Year 1 was kind of a throwaway. Year 2, he looked amazing, throwing to Christian Kirk and Zay Jones and Evan Ingram as his top guys. Like, give him a real weapon. Second year in this Doug Peterson scheme. I'm a big fan of Calvin Ridley. Nothing really weird is happening in this draft. Fresh fade run, thank you, man. Thank you, man. You guys have been gassing up the fade recently. You guys have been gassing it up. But my goodness, did my guy Danny do a good job, man. My goodness. All right, so we're going to be picking here. If this guy takes A.J. Brown, we probably just take Bijan. I've been taking a lot of Bijan, man. Like, I don't mind Lamb over Bijan if you want to, but it gets tough. Like, in a vacuum, I prefer Bijan to all of these guys, but A.J. Brown's so rare to come by these days that, like, if this guy, yeah, okay, so he takes A.J. Brown. I was going to say, if he doesn't take A.J. Brown, I'll take A.J. Brown at pick 10, because that's just kind of, like, a little rare. But, yeah, we'll go Bijan here. I think it's close between him and CeeDee Lamb. I just think Bijan, like, I think he just has a more impactful 2023, if that makes sense. At least down the stretch, you know, as a running back, could be the RB1. 3 favorite running back targets after round 8. Probably Antonio Gibson. It's an interesting question. We're going to be picking here again soon. But you said outside of the what? After round 8. So what's that? Like 7 times 12. 8 times 12. So it's like what? Outside top 100 picks. We'll say Gibson. We'll say Damian Harris. We'll say Khalil Herbert. We'll say Zach Charbonnet. We'll say Rashad Penny. I like Jalen Moore and Kendrick Miller, Tank Bigsby as well. There's a lot of running backs I like late this year, to be honest. All right. So, are we gonna take Bijan and then pair him with Chubb here? No, we're gonna reach on Olave. I've been warming up to Olave here recently. And this is a little bit of a reach on Olave, but again, this is a fast puppy, so it's only $5. It's one of hundreds of drafts that I'm doing. And the reason that we're doing this is a concept that Hayden Winks has talked about. Let me actually pull this up so you guys can kind of get a feel for what I'm talking about. But Hayden Winks, friend of the channel, the man, the myth, the legend, Hayden Winks. He had a really good article that we were actually talking through yesterday. I believe it was like me and Chris Diaz. I don't know if he's in here today. But Hayden wrote a really good article that I mentioned. I actually mentioned it in my I highly recommend, if any of you guys haven't seen it, my Underdog 101 beginner's guide. For anybody out there that needs to like brush up on like how week 17 works and stacking and everything, I go through it all in that video. But I'm looking for Hayden Winks' article real quick because he outlined it really well as to why to reach at that 1-2 turn in certain situations. Yeah, uniqueness in best ball tournaments. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. I could have gone Waddle. I just don't really like Waddle this year, to be honest with you. And I don't really see his projection as that far off of Chris Olave. Like I think that, I think there's a good case to have Olave over Waddle. But he was talking through. So he was talking through like getting weird in round 2, right, where this dotted line was Austin Eckler's ADP in 2021. Of course, Austin Eckler smashes. Everybody with a similar ADP to him gets paired with him a ton, right? So drafted rate, like in terms of like the pairings with Eckler. And if you just go to like somewhere with like 18, 19, pick ADP, you can go to like Najee, and they're much like lower owned players. So I think that he sort of puts it well. He said the most plus EV move. He said the actual debate. He said Eckler was paired with Chubb 12.5% of the time compared to 3.8% of the time with Harris. If you're looking for unique pairings that don't, if you're looking for, this is what it is. If you're looking for unique pairings that don't sacrifice too many points, then draft a round 1-2 turn player with the player who's commonly drafted 17th to 24th overall. So that's what we just did with Olave. We took Bijan at the 1-2 turn, and then we reached a little bit on Olave to kind of get a little bit unique there. And it's really just because I didn't really like anybody on the board. Like, I would have taken any of these wide receivers there. 15th for Chubb, like, isn't fun, and we just took a running back. Like, I don't want to be that behind on wide receiver. Again, like I was talking to you guys, like, I don't see a huge difference in, like, Waddle versus Olave. We're going to have I think tomorrow we're going to have a skyrocketing video. Olave is one of the guys that I'm really coming around on recently. But yeah, like I said, like, maybe I could have reached on Pollard there, but because we already took a running back, like, I just didn't want to, especially knowing that, like, a Breece Hall could fall to us here. I just wanted to reach a little bit on Olave, get like a unique pairing with Bijan and Olave here. What else we got in here? Chubb or Barkley in PPR? I'd probably go Barkley, but it's really close. You said you love going Bijan knowing that a wide receiver... Yeah, exactly. That's why you like Bijan. Yeah, the issue is that I'm coming up, like, dude, I'm drafting a lot of Bijan Robinson right now. Like, he might end up being my most owned round 1 player. You said you're picking from the 7 spot, Drew? All right, I see you. Hey, Ron, what's the reason for the drop in Devontae Adams? Why A.J. Brown and CeeDee Lamb over him? I honestly couldn't tell you, Andy, because I agree with you. I think... I think in a vacuum, I'd probably take Devontae Adams over those guys in a vacuum in full PPR, but I don't know, people are kind of souring on the offense. Like, Devontae Adams is getting older, like, I kind of get it, but I'm not sure his projection is that far off like a guy like Stephon Diggs. Like, I think, I guess Diggs, it's really just because of the Josh Allen stacks, but yeah, I agree. Devontae Adams is also a guy, he's probably my most drafted second round guy right now as well. Like, in all of my slow drafts, I keep drafting, like, Bijan, Devontae Adams at this 1-2 turn. And I like it, but my teams are starting to look the same. What do you got, JJ Flats? Yeah, so this is going to be really easy Deebo Samuel for me here. I was hoping Breece Hall fell back to us, but I've been taking a lot of Deebo Samuel recently, man. You like 11 and 12, then? That makes sense. We got Eric Bush here at the 101. There we go. By the way, anybody in here, make sure you're leaving a like. If I get to your comment, your live chat, whatever, leave a like. It helps the boy out a ton. I think we're at like 15 likes, but 60 people in here. Come on now. Come on now. Curious your thoughts on drafting 2 players on the same team in season-long redraft managed without their quarterbacks. For example, Breece and Garrett Wilson. No. It's fine to do that. Like, I wouldn't say that it really helps you much, and I wouldn't really say it hurts you much if you have 2, like, high-end players from the same offense without their quarterback. I wouldn't shy away from it. Probably wouldn't, you know... Jets don't have another, like, early round guy, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't draft, like, 3 players from the same team in, like, the top 5 rounds, if that makes sense. But Breece and Garrett Wilson, I think, is fine to do. Let's go Judy. I've been trying to get more of Judy. I actually kind of absolutely love this start. Bijan, Olave, Samuel, Judy. It's like something wet on my desk. Can't figure out what the heck it is. Oh, dude. I'm wearing the same shirt I was wearing yesterday, huh, guys? I literally remember making a note to myself. I was like, I got out the shower yesterday, and then I hopped on the stream last night. So, of course, like, these are the clothes I slept in, and I haven't changed yet. Like, my plan was honestly to go to the gym after this stream, take a shower there, and then change. So, for anybody out there that was at last night's stream, like, I'm wearing the same shirt. I remember taking a note this morning in my head. I was like, I got to make sure I change this shirt so I don't look like an idiot. But I forgot. Who's your favorite New York Giants pass catcher ADP? Isaiah Hodgins, probably. Probably Isaiah Hodgins. Second, really close second would be Waller. I like the analysis Hayden did because it's macro game theory stuff that I don't know. Yeah, Hayden's the man. We got Danny in here. What's going on, my boy? You said you slept in Bear. Slept in bear. I love that Canadian slang, bro. Tyreek or Eckler? Tyreek for me, man. A lot of Bijan, JT. Yeah, me too. I have a lot. You said biggest problem with Olave is Carr. I'm not all that worried about. I mean, Carr is supported. I mean, he supported Devontae Adams last year. He supported Darren Waller. He's supported, like even like Michael Crabtree on the Raiders and like Amari Cooper. Like, he's not an elevator, but he's more than capable of supporting fantasy wide receivers, I think. You said I'll push back a little bit on Adams simply because the 1-2 turn is filled with elite young wide receivers with much more stable quarterbacks in this offensive situation. So I'd just rather avoid the downside risk of Adams. I think it's tough. Like right now I'm still taking Adams over Garrett Wilson. I think I'm fine taking Lamb over Devontae Adams, and I'm probably fine taking Amon-Ra St. Brown over Devontae Adams. I think Garrett Wilson and Olave is a little bit tougher. I think it's a little bit tougher. Like I do get the downside just because of the age, but early second Adams, I'm taking a lot, I'd say. Yeah, smash the like button. Thank you, Drew. Yeah, Carr is the reason why Devontae Adams had such a bad year in 2022. I feel like you're kind of joking. Devontae Adams was sweet last year. I think that's a sarcastic comment, but there's really no way of knowing when you guys everything's typed in the same font, huh? What was I going to look up? Are you like gaslighting me into thinking like Devontae Adams was great last year? Yeah, I think. Wait, what the heck did you just put in there, Danny? You take Adams over Olave, Wilson over Adams? I think you might have meant CeeDee Lamb, Olave, Wilson, then Adams. Not sure. All right. So I haven't been paying attention to the board whatsoever. Let's take another wide receiver. I've been taking more and more. I was about to say Lockett, but let's actually go. Let's go JSN here. How do we feel about JSN versus Lockett? Like, I'm almost tempted to take Lockett straight up, but I think that JSN, just for what he can possibly do down the stretch of a season, probably dangerous to sleep on him. I will say I'm debating here. Like, I kind of like the Debo with a what am I on about? But like Debo and Kittle, I don't mind chasing that. Do we think, like, sometimes I'm tempted just for, like, stacking sake to just go, like, JSN and Tyler Lockett at this 5-6 turn. Like, it's something you can do pretty easily, but I don't know that that's great. But I don't mind the idea of having, like, huge spike weeks from Lockett early on in the season, and then if JSN really turns it on down the stretch, he can kind of carry you through the back half. Wow, so Pitts goes there. Like, what do we think here between, like, Lockett and George Kittle? Like, I kind of want George Kittle with Debo or Lockett with JSN. I'm going to go Kittle. God damn it. It was close. I don't know. I could have gone Lockett there. I'm curious your guys' thoughts on going like Lockett JSN. It's something I've been kind of like mixing in recently. You said Carr isn't bad. It just didn't lose a lot of close games last year. Yeah, I think he's probably a bad real-life quarterback. But in terms of just like sustaining, you know, just sustaining a good fantasy player, I think that he'll be just fine. What are your thoughts on Gibbs in redraft? I like him. Full PPR. Receiving upsides there. Have you started watching the quarterback series? I did. Me and my mom actually watched the first 2 episodes last night. Hey, Ron, who's your favorite 17th, 18th round Hail Marys? Tight end Hail Marys. I like Noah Fant a lot. I like Michael Mayer. I like Jelani Woods a lot. Nothing else really sticks out on top of my head, though. Love being back in the basement. What's going on, Bran? People forget Ron called Wildwood beautiful. If you ever in South Jersey, meet me in Sea Isle, bruv. Yeah, Sea Isle's beautiful, too. Wildwood is beautiful, man. I don't care what anybody says. I love Wildwood. You said you warmed up a lot on JSN and best because of the spike weeks and a good offense. Love both at their ADP. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of these wide receivers, too, like in this range, I was talking about it yesterday, but a lot of them are on really bad offenses, man. Like, Titans offense is going to be bad. Colts, in terms of passing offense, at least, right? So, like, Titans offense, Colts passing offense, Tampa Bay passing offense, like Arizona passing offense, Tampa Bay passing offense. Like, in this cluster of, like, Chris Godwin through, like, you know, your, like, Deontay Johnsons and Marquise Browns, like, Lockett and Jason stick out to me as guys that are going to be on, like, good offenses in the same range. Like, I'd almost just rather defer to an offense that I think will be better. I don't know if I don't know how you guys feel about it. You said Jason down the stretch will print you money. Could have had Hawkinson Lockett, yeah. I could have had Hawkinson Lockett, you are right. Just not a huge fan of Hawkinson. You said DK shouldn't go that much higher than the other two. Yeah, I've been souring on DK. Early third for DK Metcalf is tough. I think I prefer Debo and Ridley to Metcalf straight up. I'm curious how you guys feel about that, but you said waste of draft capital that early for both. Every fast bet I've done, Purdy goes way ahead of his ADP even when unstacked, huh? You said Jelani Woods, you know ball. You said you've mixed in only like 3-4 Metcalf teams out of 70 slows, just a few times when he fell to the mid-fourth. Yeah, 3-4 turn Metcalf, I can get there, but 2-3 turn Metcalf is tough. Yeah, I like that point. That's why I was hesitant to go Kittle there. I wanted to sort of just piece it together later, but the spike weeks are tough to replicate. Pitts was already off the board. You said you're going to be underweight on Pittman and you're a homer. Did you know what's crazy? I was going to say, we'll look at my Jets exposure in a second, but I saw, dude, I would have loved, even unstacked, I would have loved pick 82 Trevor Lawrence. God damn, that stings. All right, so now we gotta really dial it in, figure out what the hell we're doing. Let's go Brandon Cooks. I don't even really like Brandon Cooks, but I think it's a fine pick there. I could have gone him, Elijah Moore, or Rashad Bateman. Could have maybe made the case I could have gone Elijah Moore and then, you know, gone with the Deshaun Watson stack on the other side, but I don't feel super, super bad about it, if I'm being honest with you guys. I don't think a lot of Brandon Cooks. I just kind of was mixing him in there, I'd say. This is a pretty true hero RB team. It feels like we're getting to the point where we should probably chill out on taking so many wide receivers. I think we could probably go with one more. If Elijah Moore or Bateman make it to this next pick, I'd probably take one of them. And might even just cut it off at 6 wide receivers in this build. We could go like 3. We could go like 3. We go 3, 7, 6, 2. Like, I'm definitely eyeing up something among those lines, I would say. Three, 6, 7, 2. Yeah, probably a 3, 6, 7, 2. If I'm being honest. All right, so we're going to just take Bateman here. We'll have Bateman here. We'll take one more wide receiver down the stretch for correlation reasons if we need something there. Before we make this next pick, though, I want to sort of set up, like, we have Ritter correlation, we have Carr, we have Purdy, starring Lance, just in case, even though that's looking like such a rough bet these days. Russ, Gino, we need Dak. All right, we got a lot of quarterback options here, I'd say. Yeah, we're looking decent. Said Ridley's a top. Yeah, my bad. I was just sort of locking in there. Let me read through some of these. Ridley a top 25 player for me. I don't know. I can get there, but like we're kind of splitting hairs. So I think that he's probably be a top 30 guy for me. So maybe I'm being weird. I'd rather have DK in a best ball league than any other format. For what's that worth? He's due to have a few bomb TDs. Yeah, but I mean, same thing with like Lockett and JSN. Something Liam Murphy has kind of ingrained in me this season. Weekly spike week potential matters a lot. Yeah, it matters. It matters a lot. And he was kind of harping when I was on his channel. He has kind of opened my eyes to the idea that you can do like you can capture a stack without the quarterback. So you can go JSN Lockett without Geno and still kind of capture that game environment. You can also come from the other side and go like Pickett, Pickens, something like that. How many Best Ball Mania 4 teams have I done? I have 30 so far. Playing this to max at 150, but Underdog keeps dropping these one-off tournaments, and I keep drafting in them instead. So it's looking like I'm probably going to have to make up like 100 drafts in August. It's not going to be ideal, but it is what it is. So jealous you can just hop on stream and rip drafts whenever you like. Ontario stings, dude. You got to move to the States, my boy. Bullish or bearish on Drake London? I don't know why I said Drake London so weird, but I'm very much in on Drake London. Very much in on Drake London. Kind of like Pitt's a little bit more at cost, but year 2 wide receiver peripherals are really, really nice. Always down to bet on a on an offense that everybody is penciling in to be awful. Because nobody really knows what the hell they're talking about when it comes to projecting offenses year over year. Like the Falcons to me could be this year's Seahawks, where like everybody was like, yeah, this offense is going to be terrible, discounts everywhere, and then everything kind of smashes. I don't know how likely that is, but I could see it. Healthcare over Underdog? Nah. So don't do Lance. I made that mistake last year. Me too, my boy. Nah, Ontario's beat though. Is there a province that that has Underdog, Danny? Like, the issue with that, isn't Ontario just like far as hell, or I might just be thinking of, I don't know. But there's places in Canada that like feel like they're farther than like California from me. Like if I looked at a map of Canada, it would read to me like a Game of Thrones map. Like there's no states, there's just like areas, and let's go Dak here. We'll go Dak, we'll get that Dallas stack going. Danny, how like is Buffalo your fastest way to get into a place where you can draft teams? Like I'm curious how far do you have to drive within Canada to get to a spot where you could draft teams? Sanderson is literally on the other side of the world, bro. Sanderson might as well be in Russia. You said you're beyond out on DK Metcalf? Yeah, it seems like everyone hates Metcalf. You said best believe when I drive to Buffalo, I'm drafting another 2K on drafts. That's so funny, dude. AB Alberta? Is that Alberta, Canada? I'm not sure. I'm an idiot, dude. Oh, hour 15 to Buffalo is not terrible at all, Danny. Hour 15 to Buffalo. You might as well be in the States. Like, you're closer to Buffalo than me. So we're definitely eyeing up Geno here. But I want to go... But I want... God damn it. Let's go Geno. Let's go Geno. We'll go back-to-back QBs there. What else we got in here? I couldn't even spot Winnipeg on a map, man. Like, I literally don't even know. Manitoba or Quebec? Oh, my goodness, dude. 6 hours to Quebec. Just moved to Nunavut. The hell is Nunavut? AB is Alberta? Okay. Bondel. What's going on, Kyle? How are we doing? Dude, I don't even know what Manitoba is, dude. Are you locked into Jersey, Ron, or think you'll move soon? I was talking about this the other day, but I think, assuming like this NFL season goes well, probably going to move in the offseason. Really just to move out of, like, my mom's crib and, you know, as someone that didn't get to go to college or anything like that, like, I want to move out, stretch my wings a little bit. Also, this, like, working space down here, like, I'm literally... We're running a business out of my mom's basement that I use as like a room. Like this couch here, like I sit on and like play video games on this TV over here. Like this whole workspace, I have to like move around constantly. It's super annoying. Like I would love to have a dedicated like office workspace, you know, where I don't have to like move things around constantly and I can like really invest in. Like if it wasn't for having to move things around, I would literally have. Like I would have like a decked out like gaming PC and that's like a tower and it would be stationary because I have to move things around constantly. Like, I just do everything on my laptop. But I got to be honest with you, man. Like I probably will be living in Jersey. Like I'll probably move out to somewhere in Jersey. But like Jersey, New York area is probably where I'll be for my entire life, if I'm being honest. Like, Jersey's just the best. I mean, I was talking about it yesterday, but, I mean, you have beautiful, like, beaches down the shore with, like, Sea Isle and Wildwood. Why is this guy stuck on 0 seconds? I hope the stream is alright. But, yeah, I just love Jersey too much. Like, you got, like, really cool wildlife and views and, like, you know, mountains towards, like, the northern parts with, like, the Appalachian Trail. You got... You know, you can be in a spot where you're 40 minutes from the city, 40 minutes from the shores. Like, people love to, like, shit on Jersey because of the Jersey Shore. And, like, Newark. Of course, there's some really shitty spots. Like, Newark is the worst. And there's going to be spots down the shore that are, like, super trashy and stuff. But it's also a really beautiful spot, man, where there's, like, wildlife. You experience all 4 seasons, city, beaches, really nice lakes out here, too. I'm Jersey. I mean, like, I'm Jersey through and through, man. Like, it's New Jersey till I die, bro. Like, I'll be here forever. I'll probably move around different spots. Maybe I'll do a stint where I live somewhere else just for funsies for a little bit. But in terms of like where I settle down, have a family and stuff, like 100% New Jersey. Just love it too much, man. This is my hood, bro. New Jersey till I die. Come to the Hammers at Hamilton. I said you're in Jersey at your mom's place too. We got to get out of here, brother. Soon. If you're like under 25, like you're kind of chilling, to be honest. Wow, Kirk Cousins really far past ADP. I might just take him for fun, but we don't have a lot of options to stack him with down the stretch here. But I don't see how I don't take him. Guys, I have to take Kirk Cousins 20 picks past ADP. He's unstacked, but we'll just figure it out. I had to. KJ Osborne will definitely eye up. Ty Chandler. Yeah, I guess all of those guys. You have to really focus in on getting KJ Osborne here. And then let's also get some Packers in. Yep, that works. Just want to make sure that I'm prioritizing some stacks here. Dallas, Detroit, at least with my quarterbacks. I just want to make sure we're all good there. Detroit, and then we have Seattle versus the Steelers. All right. So at this next pick, I think this next pick is just going to be KJ Osborne, to be honest, and then that'll be our last wide receiver on this build. And then we just hammer running backs and tight ends the rest of the way. Like, it's a slight reach on KJ Osborne. It's like about 11 picks, but at the turn, he probably won't make it back to us. And if we don't secure KJ Osborne, then that Kirk Cousins pick becomes pretty silly for us. So let's go KJ Osborne, and that'll be our last wide receiver we take on the day. You said you're going to shit on Jersey, but you live in Indiana. I think I got 2 bounds, ended up with trash wide receiver depth. Yeah, it happens. Bro, so Jersey, he willingly chooses to root for the Jets and the Devils, man. How far is Buffalo? Man, dude, Buffalo's a hike. Like, from my place to like Buffalo Bills Stadium. Or actually, I'll just do my place to Buffalo, New York, wherever that might be. Five hours, 45 minutes, fellas. God damn, that's a hike. That's a hike, Danny. My goodness. Maybe, though. This is actually a sick team. Waited on quarterback, and it worked. We'll see. People aren't going to like what the running back room is going to look like. Should usually end up 1-3-4-1 after the first 9, but not always wide receiver early. Harder to go wide receiver early at 101 when Metcalf is the best available 2-12. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of just what you get squeezed into. But, I mean, it's tough to be weak at wide receiver with Justin Jefferson. This RB room is going to be tough. Yes, sir. It's going to be very tough. Need these chill vibes this morning while recovering from a hangover. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, Miles. I hope you're hanging in there, my boy. So, Eric, yeah, I usually only go 1 RB early unless someone falls far. Tons of RB in those middle rounds. It depends. It really just depends on the room, man. It really just depends on the room. Sometimes, I mean, dude, I've been a pretty vocal 0 RB guy, and sometimes I just go 3 straight running backs because they're the best values on the board. To get from Houston to El Paso, Texas, it's 10.5 hours, dude. That's insane. Texas is so massive. You said you live 5 minutes from Lambeau? That's pretty sweet. The Meadowlands is kind of a shithole, but would be cool. This shoddy's sexting me too, so life could be worse. Miles had a great night last night, huh? So let's see. We're done at quarterback and wide receiver at this point. Kind of just have to spam running backs at this point. Would love Roschon Johnson if we're given that opportunity. Yeah, let's go Roschon, and we'll see what makes it back to us. It's really just going to be spam running back for the next, like, 5 rounds, and then take, like, Noah Fant and call it a day. Judy over Watson, it's like a coin flip for me, but I've been trying to take more Judy recently. But it's about a coin flip. I probably lean Judy ever so slightly, but it's really tough. So yesterday you got the 101 Justin Jefferson, Devonta Smith, T. Higgins. Oh, that's sweet. Will Metcalf still get the most targets on the year, even though Lockett has been the better receiver recently on the squad? I imagine he does, but a lot of people have been sharing that sentiment in this stream that he's probably a little bit overvalued, just relative to his teammates. So that was your number 1 drafted running back, number 2 handcuff for me behind Elijah Mitchell. Huh. You said your solos are almost done? All right, sweet. Let me know when you're trying to record. I think, don't hold me to this, fellas, but I think we should have a Crazy Ambassador video out by Monday. I think so. So anybody out there that's been following the Crazy Ambassador series, you guys know it's been a long and tumultuous, dude, I don't know if I'm saying that word right. It's been a long and tumultuous, I'm butchering that, bro. But it's been a long and grueling fight to get a Crazy Ambassador out, just because the commissioner is an absolute bum when it comes to like collecting dues and getting the league all figured out. So then I had to step up and pretty much commish for him. Ended up adding like 4 patrons to the league so it didn't fall apart. And then on top of that, I have to think of a opening that's like kind of dumb. So got all that figured out now. No one really cares about Dynasty at this point, but Crazy Ambassador will be back soon here. It's actually going to be for anybody that's like a true OG. You guys know that Hussimo used to edit videos. He's actually editing this one, so it should be a classic Ron Stewart joint. Tumultuous. There we go. Tumultuous. How do you rank the Chicago backfield, Foreman or Johnson, in redraft? I kind of just take whoever I'm, like, I just kind of mix them all in. Like, I think they're all good, you know? I don't really think that there's a definitive best answer. All 3 ultra efficient. Roshan Johnson probably the best pass catcher of the bunch. Like, they all, like, I think you should just be mixing all of them in. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys, by the way. I'm like not drafting a ton of Jets players right now. So people who want to call me homers out there, eat that, bro. I will say Breece Hall, I'm drafting more of him recently, but like the rest of them, like I'm not a homer. Okay, don't ever call me a homer. I want to see that. I know Danny's CeeDee Lamb exposure got to be over 12%. I put that on everything. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I want to see the big board. The big board, I think I have more Breece than that. Yeah, I have 18.4% in the big board of Breece, so overall I have more than that. Might lead on. Fast puppy. Let's get that back up here. So Metcalf leads team in top 10 in league in red zone target share and deep targets, but third round is tough. Yeah, I agree. It's not super pretty, Metcalf, but like I can kind of see how the projection has come to be. Ten teams start 11 super flex. Is Breece, Swift, Madison, Pierce solid enough at RB to win it? Yeah, I would go into the season with that running back core very easily. Said you can't stop drafting Claypool. I kind of like that call, man. Derrick Henry, James Cook, and Raheem Mostert are currently the only RBs in my dynasty start 10. Do I need to make a move now? Honestly, no, man. I think you can probably wait a couple weeks. You can wait a couple weeks, get a better feel for kind of like how backfields shake out. Yeah. It's a little bit thin, but I mean, assuming the rest of your roster is pretty sweet, I think that you're probably looking all right. I think we're gonna hit the gym after this too. Nice little chest day for the boy. I think. Not sure yet. What day is it today? Saturday? I gotta be honest. I don't think there's ever gonna be a day where I bench 225, bro. I just don't think it's possible. I just don't think it's possible, dude. Maybe for one rep one day, but I'm never really doing max bench just cuz like I don't know. I don't want to ask for a spot. So we need running backs and tight ends. Let's do Chuba Hubbard. Actually, I've been kind of liking drafting Chuba Hubbard. Are you taking unstacked Burrow? Sometimes. He'd have to fall. He'd have to fall a good amount, but only if he falls. Did you have like no CMC though? Sadly, because people are forcing me to take him. Yeah, I agree. I'm only taking McCaffrey if he gets the 5th overall, and I'm honestly not really that upset if I miss out on McCaffrey. Like I'm fine being underweight on McCaffrey this year. I think Jeff Wilson, Gus Edwards. Dude, I have not been drafting a lot of Gus Edwards at all, if I'm being honest. I was going to wait on tight end and go like Dawson Knox or go like Noah Fant late to stack with Geno, but I've decided we're going to go with a naked Dawson Knox. I just think the spike weeks are going to be there. I don't like any of these. Like Jeff Wilson's tough without Dalvin Cook news. Like I'm not taking Ty Chandler like 12 picks past ADP. So done at tight end now. Now we can just take 2 straight tight ends and be out of here. We got Brian French in here. What's good, my boy? You said your bench press was crazy in a 3-year stretch between 19 to 2022. Went from a 200-pound max to 375. Damn, bro. That makes sense. You said you are crazy. I have to stop with Gus completely. Too heavy. That ADP is juicy. Man, the issue is, man. The issue is with Gus Edwards, dude, that knee really scares me. Like, some of the doctors on Twitter have been talking about Gus Edwards' knee. He had to get, like, a second ACL surgery on it last year, and, like, he had similar issues to Dobbins where he was, like, struggling to play full games. Like, it seems like he's further behind than Dobbins, Gus Edwards. So I really haven't been taking a lot of him. Kind of anti-Gus Edwards because, like, the knee, some of the reports on that Gus Edwards knee is pretty brutal, man. Like, I'm going to see if I can find something on Twitter. Yeah, 375 bench is freaking crazy, dude. Dude, I'm out here, dude. Like, I'm out here fucking struggling to do, like, 2 plates incline on the Smith machine is not going up for me. And that doesn't really even count, because, like, we're talking, the bar is not even 45 on a Smith. How much upside should you hold on a competitive roster? Do you move pieces like Bryce and CJ that need growth for win now pieces? No. I usually kind of hold on to those guys if your team can, like, sort of afford it. Said being an older guy, my best advice while you're young, try picking a place to live for a short time for the experience, like Florida or Las Vegas. It's kind of like that. You're good other than turning 50 today. Happy birthday, my boy. LO, he benching Derrick Henry weight? Yeah, that's insane, dude. Did you repped out 225 for 20, Danny? What the hell, bro? Dude, if I repped out 225 for 20, bro, I'd die happy. I would die happy, dude. I'm giving you one rep of 225, but Danny's underneath it, like essentially getting like a small bicep pump in from helping me up. That's what I'm giving you on the 225. Jerry Judy sounds like Charles Barkley trying to say jury duty. That's pretty funny. I'll give you a 6.5 out of 10 for that one, Malcolm. Since the RB room is money. Yeah, the issue is I kind of like Travion Williams. Like I kind of like Travion Williams a little bit later. I'm not crazy about Chase Brown. And we just got like positive Mixon news. I don't know. Oh, I'll take Ty Chandler here if they let me. God damn it, dude. I cannot stop taking Ty Chandler. Or not Ty Chandler, but I cannot stop taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire, dude. If Clyde Edwards-Helaire makes it back to us at the 1803, I'm taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I hate to say it. I hate to, you know, telegraph this thing. But if you give me Clyde Edwards-Helaire here at the turn, I'm taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Nice team. Thank you, my boy. Are you doing another draft? No, not today. So I've never tried more than 475. Jeez, dude. What the hell, dude? You go to the gym with Mike Allstott, bro? You said you should be able to do 225 for 12? Damn, bro. That's sweet. $315 at 146 weight? That's crazy. $315 at 146 pounds is pretty bonkers, man. That's the worst part of it all, dude. Is I'm like 6'3", 210 and can't get up 225. Like I would need a spot, and it'd be a close call for like one. All right, let's do Clyde. I can't stop taking Clyde, bro. So that's how I feel about Zeke. Say what you want, but he can trip into 6 TDs this year. All right, so here's the team, fellas. This was a really, really extreme Hero RB build. I'm already kind of sensing that there's going to be boomers that watch this draft back and are like, Ron, what the hell is this draft? Like, you're kind of an idiot for this. Well, look, I draft hundreds of teams. Sometimes we get extreme. We go with a 3-6-7-2 build, which is a good construction. We go Dak, Geno, Kirk, like pretty much in succession here. Got Kirk way past his ADP as well. I think all of our quarterbacks are stacked too. Now we went really light in a Hero RB build. We went 6 running backs total. Robinson to anchor it down. But then we got Roshan Johnson, Jerome Ford, Chuba Hubbard, Ty Chandler, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, like, that's really thin at RB2, but it's kind of how extreme you have to get in a tournament. And then we have Olave, Debo, Judy, JSN, Brandon Cooks, Rashad Bateman, KJ Osborne. We have JSN to Geno. We have Cooks to Dak. We have Osborne to Kirk. Kittle, Knox, 2 spike week tight ends. Overall, pretty big fan of this squad, I would say. Now, if any of you guys are new here and you're like, Ron, what the hell did I just watch? That was an Underdog fantasy football draft. I don't have to set this lineup. I don't have to worry about any trades. It is a best ball team on Underdog Fantasy, the best ball platform out there. This is the Fast Puppy. Amazing for beginners, but it's going to fill fast. Already at about 40% fill. It's going to probably be full by, I mean, what's today? Saturday? I imagine it fills by like Tuesday night. So if you're new, you want to get in at a low price point of $5, but have, you know, the upside for like $75,000 to first place, $500,000 in prizes. Hop on Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code Ron. It is right here. I have it linked in the live chat, the description, the comment section down below. Use promo code Ron. They'll match your deposit up to $100. You can deposit $50. They'll match $50, and boom, that should be 20 Fast Puppy entries for you to just get started. We're gonna be drafting all best ball summer long. That was today's stream. We're getting serious about streaming this summer. We are streaming every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. As always, I love you guys. And I will see y'all in the next one.